pleased to generate vast attitude of the great beings' motivation or aspiration, and a very profound, deep the attitude of the secret Mantrayana, which is the pure perceptions. With this attitude, we are studying this book, called The Word of My Perfect Teacher. And we are in the first chapter. We are talking about our human body. And on the human body, or with human existence, how we can do some good things, and how it is precious. Therefore, we are studying, and also to obtain the human existence, to have freedoms, and also endowed advantages, and top of that, we enter into the path of the Buddha or the enlightenment, and studying Buddha's teaching. This is a great opportunities. And yesterday we talking about how the Buddha's teachings appear in this space, and sometimes appear, sometimes not. Therefore, we're talking about the bright eons and the dark eons, or the kalpa. And of course, in the monk of the Buddha's teachings, there's two categorizations, and sutta teaching and authentic teaching set. And sutta is like a more basic, and like a kind of the elementary, or like kind of the foundation teaching. And of course, this is the really basic, but more profound teaching is the Tantra. And Tantra teachings is very, very difficult to appear in this world, very rare. Of course, when we receive in this teaching, to correctly work, it is really like kind of the swiftly, or the quickly, fastly, we can to make ourselves in the state of the omniscient. Of course, also it is very dangerous if we do not work correctly, not properly. Also, it is very dangerous and risky. And therefore he said generally Buddha's teaching is very difficult to appear in this space, and but more difficult appear the secret Mantrayanas. Today is the page 88, the last paragraph, Guru Rinpoche's quotations. Moreover, as the great one of the Undiyana point out, it's Guru Rinpoche, second Buddha, the secret mantra Vajrayana, particularly taught only in the rarely in the Mahayanas, Vajrayana. Mahayana normally divided in two, the Mahayana and the Vajrayana. And the Mahayana is the basis for the Vajrayana. Vajra is really the main principle, the crucial point, and the teaching, therefore, is called the Vajrayana. And why you call the Vajra, there are many kind of the details. And generally, the meaning of the Vajra is like indestructible. And it can destroy everything, but nobody or any kind of cannot destroy itself, like kind of diamond. And then is why you call these teachings and Vajra vehicles. And this is the power of the Vajra vehicles. This is then the strength of the Vajra vehicles. This is the meaning of the Vajra vehicles. And the Vajra vehicle, the pit instructions, and this quintessential pit instruction of the Vajra vehicles, we correctly to received, and one word can, or one pit instructions can destroy all the 84,000 disturbing emotion immediately, one like pointedly, or like one instantaneously. And therefore we call the Vajra vehicles. And also this vehicle is the resultant path. It is not causal path. We call the resultant path because we are bringing nakedly, directly our own, the Buddha nature of the realities, and immediately to take into our path. And to maintain that moment, and then it's like there's no chance to occur any conceptual improper ideas. And therefore, this is the resultant path, direct, profound, and it is difficult to receive these teachings. Why? Because of ourselves not really correct, and like a kind of the defect of the pots, and the pot is not clean up. Maybe in the pots there is some dirty or some poisons, and then you pull into the nectar or something special, good liquid. But the defects of the pots, and even that this liquid nectar or some good liquids is making the contaminated. And therefore, first we need to clean a little bit up our own pots of our mind, body, speech, to be ready in order to receive these Vajra vehicles. And therefore, this Vajra vehicles is very profound, and therefore you call the Vajra vehicles. And how it is appear in this world or the universal or the space. Long ago, during the very first kalpa, the kalpa of the completed race, like kind of the adjective to say everything is perfect, erased, the ornament or the arrangement is, that means these eons, durations. The teachings of the secret Mantrayana were promulgated by the Buddha known as once come king and achieved great renown. And that time is formulated by the Buddha. It is known called once come the Buddha, once come king. This is the name of like this. This one is kind of the great well-known, and it has these realizations or something according to these kings, like them as the Chosun Detsen. And maybe during that times, and then it's the secret mantra and Vajja mantras came once. Then the teaching we have now during the Buddha Shakyamuni, those of the present Buddha Shakyamuni also included secret mantra yanas. Of course, during the Buddha, he alive, it's difficult to direct to teach the secret mantra yana, but he gives some prophecy. And after that I'm passed away, and then I'm coming again reincarnations called the Undiyanas and others Nangachunas. This kind of the emanations, they can to more spread the secret mantra yana, Vajja vehicles. Of course, during the Buddhas, he taught generally 3 Dhamma wheel, but also it's like the 4th one is he turned Dharma wheel. But this 3 one is, we can to say the antidote of the disturbing emotion, desire, attachment. He turned Dhamma wheel of the Vinayanas. And also the antidote disturbing emotion of the anger, hatred, and he turned wheel of the Dharma, Sutrayanas, and also the antidote for the disturbing emotion of the ignorant, and he turned Dharma wheel of the Abhidharma vehicle, and also the 4th wheel of the Dharma, we can to say that the antidote for the guru of the 3 disturbing emotions, poisons, and that is the wheel of Dharma. It is the secret mantra yana, Vajjayana. And each one has 21,000. And together, then is the 84,000 teaching. And of course, he taught and secret mantra yanas and different in the top of the mountain, different place. But during the Buddha, he was, and he, of course, he taught, but according to listen disciples, faculties, and most majorities only received perceive teachings of the Sutayanas, not very much. But when his entourage, they are listening same timers, they're hearing same timers, but each individual listeners, they received a different perspective, different approaches. And someone's, whatever Buddha is saying, it is the secret mantra yanas. And then more spread in this world after he passed away, and then Guru Rinpoche, Nangachuna, and then they arrive at, then they more give to us secret mantrayanas. Therefore, in the Shakyamanis, during these durations, secret mantrayanas appear, and also we are very lucky, and we say it's like we can to meet, and also the second teaching of the Vajravikals. In the 10 million kalpas times in the future, during the kalpa of the array of the flowers, the Buddha Majushya will come to showing the 12 wanderers, and to become, he will come the kind of manifestation in this world, same as the Buddha Shakyamuni. And then he will become the like a renowned or the well-known, and then he renowned the secret mantrayanas. And as I have come now, the Undiyana, to reveal the secret mantra teachings on a vast scale. And Guru Rinpoche, the Pema Sambhavas, he is the embodiment of all the Buddhas of the activities, the past, present, futures, and particularly in the decadent times, his power, his compassion, his like wisdom's more fast, more quick than the like general Buddhas. And because it's like he's the collective of the Buddha's compassion, collective of the wisdoms of the Buddha, and he's collective of the Buddha's activities. And therefore, of course, he's like kind of the complete doer of all the enlightened activities, and also particularly the holder of the Buddha Shakyamuni, and also he's the emanation of the Buddha Shakyamuni and the second Buddha, and therefore he revealed again the secret mantrayanas, and we are very much lucky. This is so because the being in these 3 kalpas are the suitable recipients for the secret mantrayanas. Of course, as our generations, there are the 5 contaminate of the decadent, and but still we are good receptacles, and still we are good mind, good fortune. We can, if we want, we can to receive these secret mantrayanas. Therefore, we are suitable recipients for the secret mantrayanas. And the reason why the mantrayana teachings do not appear at other times is because the being of these times are not capable of the making house of the themselves. And during the 3 times in the past, present in our durations, then in the future, many years after, Buddha Majushya is become the real Buddha, to showing the enlightened, and to go through the 12 wanderers. It's like same as the Buddha Shakyamuni he did. You know, there's his like a biography, how he became the enlightenment, how it's like he made the renounce in this word about the enlightened. There is the talking about the 12 wanderers of the what he did, and like this.